In this episode of our Daily Bulletin, we dive into powerful stories that highlight the strength, resistance and leadership of First Nations communities across the country. From heritage Olympic controversy in Brisbane to a national breakthrough in child protection and the fierce return of Baker Boy. This week's stories are united by one theme: reclaiming power. Whether on country, in courtrooms or through music, Indigenous voices are leading the conversation and demanding change on their own terms. More of that later. Kaya, I'm Leanne Djilandi Dolby and this is the National Indigenous Times Daily News Bulletin for the 23rd of May 2025. Over in New South Wales, a historic investment has been welcomed by SNAIC, the national voice for our children. The state government has announced a $900 million 5-year commitment to reform the child protection system. What's different this time? Nearly 40%, around $350 million, will go directly to Aboriginal community-controlled organisations. This shift recognises what Indigenous leaders have said for decades, that First Nations-led solutions are the most effective. SNAIC CEO Catherine Little called it a turning point, saying it sets a new national benchmark. And as ABSEC's John Lear put it, this isn't just about policy, it's an act of justice, restoring the right of Aboriginal communities to care for their own children. Meanwhile, in Queensland, the lead up to the 2032 Brisbane Olympics has taken a controversial turn. The advocacy group Save Victoria Park is calling for an urgent meeting with the International Olympic Committee. They're opposing plans to build the Games' main stadium on Victoria Park, one of Brisbane's few inner-city green spaces and a site of deep significance for First Nations people. Spokesperson Rose O'Hagan says the stadium proposal contradicts the IOC's own sustainability principles and could decimate what remains of the park's 130 acres. A legal challenge is now on the table as activists accuse the Queensland government of bypassing environmental and heritage protections in the rush to meet the Olympic deadlines. And finally, on a lighter, louder note, Baker Boy is back with a brand new track that's already making waves. The Yolngu rapper has teamed up with Briggs and Haiku Hands on Freak Out, a playful yet powerful anthem that pushes back against tokenism, racism and control. The lyrics, co-written by a powerhouse lineup, including Ziggy Ramo and Red, reflect the frustration of being policed in white spaces, while taking back power with humour and fire. Baker Boy says it's all about bratty energy, flipping expectations and living in his own terms. The music video, co-directed by Ori Indiana and Jordan Ryu Blanche, was shot in Werribee Mansion and blends chaos, dance and cultural commentary, picking up where his last track, Peacekeeper, left off. With Freak Out, Baker Boy is not just making music, he's making movement. And that is today's Daily News Roundup from the National Indigenous Times. For more news, head to nit.com.au and sign up for our free newsletter.